One of the most common questions I've been asked by students in my Facebook group, and emails especially, is when is SEO the answer versus other traffic sources? And the reality is that unfortunately a lot of agencies and digital marketers aren't always honest with their clients in this space, and it's really unfortunate. Because look, I'm an SEO guy, right? Obviously I have that bias, but even I can acknowledge that there are times where SEO just isn't the right choice for your client or for your business, right? It depends on things like what stage of your business you're in, what type of business you have. So in this video, I'm going to explain when SEO is the right answer, but also when it's not the right answer. Because that's something that people need to understand and that you need to understand so that if you're a digital marketer, you can be honest with your clients. So here's the truth about when SEO is and isn't the right answer. So let's talk about when SEO is the answer first. If you are running a business or if your client is running a business, and this video goes for both business owners and digital marketers. So if I say your business at any point in this video, I'm talking about the business in question, okay? So let's set that kind of as a ground rule first, because I'm going to just say the business from this point forward to make things easier. So if the business has a traffic source that's already bringing you whatever your goal is, so leads, sales, calls, appointments, whatever it is, right? People coming into your place of business, right? Whatever that primary marketing goal is, if you already have a traffic source that's doing that, SEO is a good fit for your business because you're already making money. You have some money potentially, right? Or time to kind of divert to doing SEO while you're already making money and you're keeping yourself afloat. So if the business is profitable, hopefully it is, right? Regardless. But if the business is profitable and you're afloat, I would consider investing in SEO. Because SEO has one of the highest return on investments out of any marketing channel besides email. Email marketing is crazy. Email marketing, I think the statistic is like $1. For every dollar you spend, you get like $35 back or something insane like that. But SEO has really good statistics as well, because the work that you put in or that you hire someone to do today is going to continue to pay off for days, weeks, months, and even years down the road. So the thing that makes SEO so valuable, unlike pay-per-click, is that with pay-per-click, as soon as you turn off your campaign, or as soon as you stop giving Google, Meta, whoever money, LinkedIn, Reddit, whatever ads are running, right? As soon as you stop giving them money, the traffic turns off, right? Whereas with SEO, the work you do now continues to bring you traffic on autopilot, and the more work that you do, the more traffic you're going to get, not just now, although, well, that's kind of not true, and I'll talk about that in a second, but long term. So now let's talk about other types of businesses as well, and then I'll kind of get into when SEO isn't the answer. So if you're a startup and you have a lot of capital, like you have angel investors or you have VCs or whatever, or you just have, a lot of money to put into this business, you should be doing SEO, but you should also be doing a marketing channel that's going to get you traffic quicker. And this kind of alludes into one of the things I was hinting at earlier, which is that with SEO, unfortunately, it doesn't happen right away. You're not going to get instant results like you would get with pay-per-click advertising, right? So what I mean by that is the average kind of estimate, most SEO experts agree, is that SEO takes 6 months to a year to start seeing results. And so the problem is if you're a startup and you need, I guess this is kind of one of the businesses that you really shouldn't be doing SEO or situations, but if you're a startup and you need money like now and you're not bringing in revenue, SEO is not the answer because it's going to take so much time to see returns on the money and time invested in SEO today. So that's something to keep in mind, right? So if you're in a situation where you need like sales now, SEO probably should be prioritized actually below things that can bring immediate sales, right? Now, obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. So the people who say 6 months to a year, I've seen instances where there's like people in my Facebook group for my courses. Wait just a minute. Before you keep watching this video, do you want to learn proven, powerful, and efficient SEO strategies and techniques that I've used and that my clients have used to rank hundreds of small, medium, and large businesses in the United States and all across the world? If the answer is yes, you need to enroll in my brand new course, the SEO Master Bootcamp. It is the most powerful and comprehensive SEO course I've ever put together. It's comprised of over 16 hours of high-quality, real-world video training spread across 4 different courses and over 200 videos with lifetime updates. Yes, we're still adding content to it. It has changed so many lives and has helped so many people. So if you'd like to get access to that, click the button down below right now to enroll, because it's going away soon. We're closing enrollment, and I'm going to be increasing the price because $197 is way too little for how much stuff is in there. You also get lifetime updates. You get a LinkedIn compatible certificate that you can use to show that you've been trained in this stuff. And on top of that, you get unlimited access to me and other SEO experts as well. And you can ask as many questions as you like. I literally answer every single question students post in the Facebook group and email me. And I've been doing that unlimited access support pass thing since the inception of the course. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, you can click the button below. It has all my courses in it. All upsells and future products are also included for free, so don't miss this at a one-time price. Grab it now. No one else does that. It's going away soon. And with that being said, let's get back to the video. I hope that, for example, who have ranked in like 3 weeks, right? I've seen someone rank in a day with some crazy, ridiculous kind of strategies, which that's a whole separate kind of video that maybe will be coming depending on if I have the person's permission to share, because I actually want to show the real world kind of their website and what they did. So if I get permission for that, I'll make a video about it, but that's kind of a separate thing. But the thing is that, again, you know, generally you have to have that kind of general 6 months to a year expectation in mind, right? Because Google isn't just going to also push a brand new website that has no trust with them at the top of their search. Because if, like, you know, I'm sure you already know this, but obviously there's a lot of bad actors and people always use marketing for bad, not just good. And so Google has to be careful with who they show at the top of search, among other things. And that's a very TLDR answer that leaves out a lot of other stuff. Very simplistic, but that's a business type where you wouldn't want to use SEO. If your business is like, you know, and I've worked with, these are actually a lot of the clients that I see people getting in the Facebook group, and I've worked with people like this as well, where if you're working with someone who typically they're older, 50s, 60s, 40s to 60s, somewhere in there, they're kind of older folk, boomer generation, kind of, maybe a little bit younger, and typically they have an old website from like 2008 or 1990s, although we're seeing a lot less of that at this point. But, you know, very old website. They never really prioritized SEO. They just get traffic because the business owners do a lot of in-person networking. I've personally, and I'm sure, like, and I have a video coming soon on like different types of SEO clients, and this is one of them because I've just seen it over and over. These people are always very, very like charismatic and personable, and like people that come into their business know them on like a first name basis. So there's a lot of things with this like weird client archetype for like the perfect SEO client. And I'm telling you, it's very strange seeing people in like Canada, in the United Kingdom, and like all these other places running into the same person, because I've seen this and it's just really weird. But this is typically the person who is like an ideal SEO client. So if you're in that situation where you're doing fine, you know, your business always seems to make it, you've been in business 5-10 years, you know, you pay the bills, you have a brick and mortar location, you know, you're doing decent, but you just want more. You want more stability, more growth, right? You want to bring more clients in. Then this is 100% a situation where, yeah, you want to invest in SEO and build that up, right? Because again, I've dealt with people like that, and I've, weirdly enough, that they seem to be one of the ideal client types, which that's, again, spoilers, it's a video coming soon. So that's another instance where SEO would be a good idea. Another example, though, of like when SEO isn't a good idea is if you are paying your bills, but you're like barely afloat. So your business is technically profitable, but you feel nervous, you feel unsure, you know, it's not exactly a great situation. I know a lot of people who are kind of stuck in this like kind of step of their journey as an entrepreneur, for lack of a better word, and they're, you know, they want to do this, but like they might be able to pay for 1 month of an SEO, and then they're not sure if they'll be able to pay, or they don't have the money to pay but they want to do it themselves. And in that situation, you really need to figure out your funnel, split test things, find a traffic source that works, that brings people in now, and when you're in a more stable position, worry about paying someone to do SEO. Now, if there's nothing wrong with doing SEO yourself, but really you're in a position where the first thing you should be doing is prioritizing more stability rather than spending time now learning this other skill, walking away from other traffic sources that might be a little bit more stable. And that brings me to something I want to talk about with SEO, is that with SEO, you are at the mercy of Google, right? At the end of the day, Google makes the decisions. Now, I've told people this before. You always have to be honest with your clients and say, hey, you know, the reality is there's a 99% chance I can rank you, right? But you can never make guarantees, right? Because at the end of the day, Google can slap you down, right? Now, will they do that if you follow proper SEO practices and become an authority and build out, you know, SEO juice and stuff like that? Probably not. But there's always that possibility. And so, and again, on top of the, you know, the time investment, there's a lot of time. This is another, I guess, type of business, more so individual though, where SEO isn't going to be a good fit, is if you're an overthinker and you've never had success with SEO and you're in a position where you have to do it yourself, I don't recommend it. Because people, I've talked to people like this, and I know people like this where they can't make themselves follow through and do SEO for that 6 months, 3 months, however long it's going to take them, right, to actually start to get traction. Because the way that they feel, and this is how people are wired, this is why a lot of people just pursue a career, right? They're not entrepreneurs, is that, you know, they need instinct, they need some sort of like validation that what they're doing is working. And so, you know, when you go, you know, 3 months, for example, right, doing something consistently and you don't see a result, obviously there's that old quote, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And like every quote, that has exceptions to the rule, which is what I'm talking about right now, where with SEO you have to be willing to spend 3-6 months a year doing things, grinding, creating content, getting link opportunities, right? Like networking with people, right? Building out your site, optimizing every little thing, maybe even redoing your site at some point because you learn things like website architecture and then you're like, crap, the service page I have isn't going to cut it. That's just a very weird specific example, but there's like, that's something that happened with someone in the Facebook group. And so the reality is that this is the type of person where if they're uncertain and they overthink everything, they're going to be driven crazy because they're going to be like, well, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? Even though this thing works, they just need to wait and keep doing these other things, but they can't handle it, right? That's a certain type of person. And I know a lot of people like that, right? So the reality is that SEO absolutely is not for everyone, right? It's like me making these videos right now. Like, this channel is small, and that was a mistake I made because this channel doesn't make me money, right? I get my course sales through other sources of traffic. And while I could make it lived in and probably look way more legit, my funnel works fine without YouTube, right? I'm just now kind of creating a second traffic source. I have 2 traffic sources, but creating another traffic source kind of as a backup so that I can grow this too. Don't put all my eggs in one basket sort of thing, right? But even I know, like, this video may get 30 views, right? This may not get 100, 1,000, 10,000 views, whatever. But I'm okay with that because I understand the process. I've grown other YouTube channels outside of this one before, and I understand the roadmap and exactly what it takes, right? So the reality is that you have to be in that kind of position where you believe in the process. And if you don't believe in the process, SEO is not a good fit. Go find a process that you believe in, okay? Because otherwise, this is kind of more of like entrepreneur type stuff, but that's a lot of people in the Facebook group. We have a weird mix where it's like business owners and it's like digital marketers. And I've had people be like, oh, your demographic's really business owners. And I've had other people that I've talked to in there be like, your demographic's really digital marketers. And I'm telling you, I kind of teach SEO to both different types of people. It's just kind of what happens. So you're going to fall into one of those two camps if you're watching this video, and that's okay because this video is for you regardless of which one you are. So I hope that makes sense. We've gone on a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up here, but I hope that answered your question, and I hope I was able to help steer you in the right direction. If you liked anything I had to say, please give this video a like. If you disliked it, that's okay too. You can hit the dislike button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Do you agree with anything I said? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on this? And as usual, tap the subscribe button if you want to become an awesome SEO ninja. And until next time, be safe, and I will talk to you later.